Right, on time, not late. Yeah, on time, not late, and live. Okay, awesome. Okay, I can't even remember what we're doing. I do remember I need water. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Oxygenous Useful says, yo.
Yo. See, I was on time. Like, just, but I was on
Oxygenous
time.
Useful says, what asterisk?
I'm watering. Do you want me to turn off the sound effects?
Oxygenous Useful says, throws up.
Ah, you're insane. Okay.
Oxygenous Useful says, sounds like you're taking a leak.
No, I swear my character is not taking a leak. Okay, so I needed to go to Robin's. Did I need to get a silo? Second, I'm checking the place I always put my silos. I don't think I got a silo. No, I did not get a silo. So we need to go to Robin's to get a silo. So I need to bring... What do I need to bring again? Rock, wood, and copper. Bars, I believe. I hope I have enough. I mean, like, worst comes to worst, I can go back and farm it. Not like a huge issue. I have the wrong thing open on my other side. There we go. Okay. What is gonna be
Oxygenous Useful
next? Yo,
says,
you could just
check
put
her
that in
FB.
chat. 1 second. Okay, 1 sec. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Because I can make it softer or I can make it louder. You need to use your big girl words.
Oxygenous Useful says, tongue sticking out.
That's still not an answer. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Silo! Clay! I forgot it's clay that I needed. Let us go back.
Oxygenous Useful says, it's better but the music is still louder THQ and your voice.
How about now?
Oxygen is useful says, much better.
Okay. We're gonna get there. Unfortunately, this was set up for a completely different stream with a completely different setup with a completely different level of volume control. Okay. I
Oxygen is
don't
useful
have the
says, unforgivable.
clay? Oh my god, I don't have the clay.
Oxygen is useful says, I can't spell tonight.
It's okay. It's just gonna make my TTS really funny. That didn't help. Okay.
Oxygen is useful says, shrugs.
North just messaged me and she's like, to answer the question in the titles. No, honey. It's okay. I warned you of this. Don't worry, it's only oxygen that can... Yeah. My roommate is still stalking me. She is still stalking me for
Oxygen is
several
useful
nights.
says, so very confused right now.
My roommate thought I was speaking to her. She temporarily forgot about the fact that I told her last night that I was going to be streaming while she was finishing work.
Oxygen is useful says, ah.
Yeah. The only time she ever hears me record is at night when she's working for the midnight and I'm not. Honestly, I think you've heard me record more than my roommate. And she lived with me for 7 months. 8 months.
Oxygen is useful says, probably.
Alright. Mind you, to be fair, I have an entire series that I have to edit. That's sitting on my drive. I honestly just need some clay.
Oxygen is useful says, do you? What? A surprise. Momic00K13 says, hi, nervous face.
Hi. How are you?
Oxygen is useful says, hello.
Alright, seriously, there's like no little wormies anywhere. I just want some clay. And I don't want to waste my energy by just like doing that everywhere, because eventually I'll find clay. I really have to take the time and clean.
Momic00K13 says, I'm good. Sorry I haven't sent the link for my Discord, but I realized after the stream that it might have seemed like I was pushing you and I never want that.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I always take a look at things. I'm very curious as a natural human being. Like, that's like my default state, is just curiosity. Ooh, horseradish.
Momic00K13 says, same, nervous face.
Yeah, it's a side effect of having an interesting life. Is always being curious. I just want some clay. Why is this world not giving me a section where I can dig up clay? It's always when you want something that you can't find it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy for the dandelions and the daffodils and the horseradishes. 100%. But I would like some clay, please. Ooh. I have no room. I must come back. We have more than enough time to
Mom00K13
drop this
says,
off.
Lao 0.0.
Yeah, that's rare that it's so full. Gonna run back to my farm real quick. Drop off what I currently have. And then pick up those wild leeks, because that will be good for a sale.
Mom00K13 says, it is actually common after some rain.
There wasn't any rain. Was there any? Was there rain? Like, I know it's common to have wild leeks, like, right there. But I find that it's not normally quite that much in my spawns. But again, like, every spawn is different. Alright, yeah, I emptied everything. Let's go and get some wild leeks. As you can tell by the state of my farm, it's still a new farm.
Mom00K13 says, that is true, and I haven't seen that many but kind of close to that amount after some rain.
I can understand that. Like, for a physics standpoint, if you're going to apply that onto a video game, like, that kind of makes sense. So let's look at this dandelion real quick. Any down here? Any worm wigglings? No. All right.
Mom00K13 says, oh yeah, my garden outside does better after some rain rather than my watering XD.
Oh yeah, 100%. How is your garden going anyways? Still doing strong? I know the last time you showed it on TikTok, a couple of plants had died, but the rest are doing good still? I hope.
Oxygenous Useful says, wait, are we talking real gardens now?
Yes, we're talking real gardens. That's actually how I came across her page, was that she was showing off her garden. The thing that you're allergic to, Oxygen. Ooh. Oh, that gave me rocks. I shouldn't complain, but still.
Oxygenous Useful says, which one? There are so many. Mom00K13 says, XD, just catnip, mint, carrots, strawberries and 1 leek XD.
Well, it's better than nothing. My hot pepper plants actually aren't doing that great.
But I started some more seeds, so we'll see.
Oh, I hope they go well. I've come to the conclusion that in my property is not good for hot peppers. They just do not thrive, which, you know, sucks, but is life. What do I have for crafting? Do I have the seeds yet? I do. Okay. Yeah, so my property's not good for my lovely hot peppers, unfortunately. I got a couple, but they're just not they're not flourishing. But my tomato plants are going crazy, which I'm super excited about. All right, so let's quickly plant 10 of these. Oh, I don't have any water. It's okay. Okay. That's 6. How about we plant... Oh, I don't have my hoe.
Mom00K13 says, all my gardens are in raised beds, essentially. I made some out of old pallets and then I have them in bins that cost me $15, but they are like bins people usually use for their kids' toys XD.
Yeah, I have all of them except for my rhubarb is in pots. Essentially, my tomatoes each have big planter pot, a big planter pot each, and I have one tomato plant, and it's like a big tomato plant, like a steak tomato, that has like 17 tomatoes on it right now, which is just going crazy. And my cherry tomatoes are really, really starting to be covered as well. So I can't wait till I actually can start eating my garden. Because truly, if you have a garden and you're not eating it, do you really have a garden? Inquiring minds want to know. Ooh, we got a survival and +1 to axe proficiency. Awesome. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Is it going to rain today? Inquiring minds want to know. No. It's just sunny. I can't wait till I get sprinklers. Joking, Grandpa's little cottage. However, okay, yeah. I wanted to go and see you and get stuff. Oh, yes, turnips. No, parsnips. That's right, these are parsnips. I will need to get more parsnips.
Mob00K13 says, that's so cool. I'm hoping mine will finally grow, and if they do I'll transplant them early like I did with the leeks, so hopefully some will survive. I had like 10 leeks and only one survived, but that's better than none XD.
Oh, 100%, especially when it's the first time that you're doing a plant or a crop of any kind. Sometimes you also have to figure out what works for your land. Like I knew what worked for my old house, but my new house is like, no idea. We have to figure it out one step at a time. But, everything's a learning curve. My rhubarb is going crazy, though. Mind you, rhubarb typically goes crazy.
Mom00K13 says, my strawberries and mint are from last year.
Oh, wow. What type of mint? I'm curious. Spearmint, peppermint?
Mob00K13 says, it says sweet mint, got it from the store XD.
Sweet mint. I'm not 100% sure what that would be. I'll be completely honest. Summer crops. No, this is spring. So one parsnip. I think, is parsnip part of the pantry? No. Quality's in the middle. Artisanal, no. Where's the quality one? Here, 5, yeah, okay, so we keep the gold parsnip.
Mob00K13 says, I've had to cut that one back a lot and move it to smaller containers so it doesn't suffocate other stuff.
Oh my god, yes. Like, mint is so invasive. I remember having, what was it? I want to say spearmint in my house, at my house once, and it's like you can't eat enough mint in order to, keep up with that plant, or at least we couldn't. Like, you have to really be into like mint tea, things like that, or else, you just don't have enough. Oh, we have 2 things for winter. You just can't get through enough of it.
Says, that's why I kept cutting it back and then would dry it.
Ah, you like mint tea. See? I don't. I love tea, too, which is the weird thing. I don't know. There's something about mint tea that I just can't get around. I don't know why. Like, it happens. It's fine. But, yeah, it's just weird. And I love tea, which reminds me I should be drinking water. Literally, I was drinking water all day out of a cup. But the thing is that at one point I put like iced tea in it. And then every single time I took a sip, my brain was like, yeah, you're gonna drink some water. And then I was very confused. I'm like, why does this taste like Caribbean punch iced tea? Because it was. No, sorry, Caribbean Crush.
Mom00K13 says, no, actually I don't XD, but I'm a practitioner and stuff you grow is so much stronger for
Oh,
rituals.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm sure it has some healing properties. Ooh, cauliflower. 12 days?
Psychotic
Oh, yeah.
Northland says, I am here to wreak havoc.
Congratulations. You have arrived. And also, TTS, it's supposed to be wreak havoc, not wreck havoc.
Oxygen is useful says, oh no.
She's
Psychotic Northland says, I have arrived.
Yep, you have. Oh, I got in trouble with North for not reminding her of my Saturday stream that's been happening every single Saturday for over 2 months.
And with that, goodbye. Psychotic Northland says, hi Oxygen, wreak havoc with me.
You two together wreak enough havoc that
useful says,
I'm gonna be
tired.
exhausted. It's the only time you'll ever hear her say she's tired. I think I just killed one of my seeds accidentally. I did. Oops. Also, I didn't water one of my plants.
Oxygen is useful says, accidentally. Psychotic Northland says, oh, you didn't get into trouble with me.
I
was just sad I couldn't be there to troll you.
The thing.
Mom00K13 says, but my strawberries were really not producing last year, so I decided to transplant and found out there was actually 4 in the container. So I separated them and they are doing better, to the point that they actually are having offshoots like mint does.
Yes, if you make sure that your strawberries, when they have the offshoots, that you bury the part, like the lower part of it, it'll actually create roots, and then you can cut the stalk that keeps them together. It'll be fantastic.
Psychotic Northland says, anyway, looks like Oxygen does want me here, so I shall leave.
Now, my 2 mods can't be fighting. I think it's just because Oxygen's being an old lady, like I'm
Oxygen
feeling.
Useful says, wait, it actually works like that?
Works like what? Why? Why would you do this
Oxygen
ages
is useful
ago?
says, tell people to leave equals they leave. Mom00K13 says, I noticed by accident XD. I didn't know about the offshoots, so they were near the ground and I pulled one up and noticed the roots, so I just transplanted them all today. Nervous face.
Oh yeah, 100%. I used to have this giant patch of strawberries at my old house, and they were fantastic. And then my dog dug them all up. And then we put a fence around them, but they did not survive. I will be completely honest. They just didn't survive. Mind you, my dog also managed to kill rhubarb. And rhubarb doesn't fucking die. Inquiring minds are still wondering about that rhubarb thing. Oh, we still have 2 things for Gunter. Can I make it there in time? Let's see if
Oxygen
we can run.
Says, your dog is a killer. We've established this.
Yes. Yes, she is. To be fair, she was a stray.
Mom
and she had to survive.
Says, 0.0 wow.
Yeah. So the dog that killed it has brought us gifts of animals
says,
as
anymore.
well.
No excuses.
But she's super cute and only 20 pounds.
Oxygen is useful says, okay North. I sorry. Come back, Kay.
Yeah, my She doesn't do that so much anymore because I don't live in a place that has all that much in the way of ooh, in the way of like wild animals. But at my old place, I used to be right next to the forest.
Mob00K13 says,
So
XD, yeah, that's normal for small dogs actually. Nervous face.
yeah. Also, she was, like I said, she was a stray, so she was found roaming the streets, and they believe she was roaming the streets for multiple. Oh, we got a new reward. For multiple like months before she was found, so she had to survive somehow. Why do I have a chicken statue? I don't want a chicken statue. Though I might have enough clay now to make that silo. And then I can start cleaning up the farm a bit more. Because realistically, the first year is just you trying to clean up your farm.
Oxygenous Useful says, worship the chicken, love the chicken.
I'll purchase you this game and then we can play co-op.
Says, yay chicken XD. Oxygenous Useful says, also did North actually leave?
I don't know. I can text her. One sec.
Oxygenous Useful says, IT was a joke North, a WUVUU. Mob00K13 says, yup, it doesn't show them in the members that are here. Oxygenous Useful says, Cole back K.
It's okay, I just texted
Oxygenous
her.
Useful says, come asterisk.
I don't have enough. Oh, man. I just need a little bit more clay. I just texted her. The thing is, I was reading for people until like just a few moments ago. All right, come on, come on, come on. We just gotta find the little wormy things. Oh, normally we see them quite a bit on the beach. But normally that's where I find like the lost books. Da-da-da. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. All right, we're on the beach. Anything at all? Anything? Nope. I'm just never gonna get the silo because I just can't get the clay. I want to get the silo so that when I start cutting down trees, not trees, sorry, when I start cutting down the grass will. I don't have my fishing rod with me. The grass will give me hay. That is what I want. I want the grass to give me hay.
Oxygenous Useful says, what are we working towards?
We are working towards. Hi, Sebastian. We are working towards living a long, fulfilling life with the man of our choice, or woman of our choice, and as well as completing the community center and building up our farm and befriending all of the people. There is truly
says,
no end.
I meant ATM.
At the moment, we're working towards trying to find the squiggly line thing so I can make a silo. Yeah. I need clay. I'm just going to clean up this area a little bit because it's a little bit of a hassle. No, come on. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit of a hassle around here, getting out of my property. Okay. And scythe. Awesome.
Momic00K13 says, you making me want to play Stardew Valley XD.
I'm sorry. I started playing it again because I needed something a little brainless to do during some training sessions. Because I need something that I can do with my hands without having to really think about anything. Oh, I'm starting to feel exhausted. So we're just going to leave that there and we're going to go to bed. All right, and yes. $280 gold. Woot woot. Only it's not a lot, but we're getting there.
Momic00K13 says, understandable, that's why I know.
I wouldn't. Sorry. I'm texting North. One sec. I'm sending her a picture of our chat. All right, back to this. Yeah, I would knit, but my tennis elbow causes it to be almost impossible. Oh, yay, we get a dog. Oh, we have a yam. See this dog here. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Can I just get to the naming part of the dog?
Oxygenous Useful says, name him something awesome.
Like suggestions, please? Yes, I will adopt the dog. What are your suggestions?
Oxygenous Useful says, something awesome, I told you. Oxygenous Useful says, something awesome. Momic00K13 says,
Don't think I have enough room
have
though.
you tried knitting looms? I've heard that it's easier on stuff like that.
I haven't tried knitting new looms, no. How about I just call him awesome instead? I can't do something awesome. Oh, maybe?
Oxygenous Useful says, dog face. Momic00K13 says, XD.
No, that's still too long. I don't think you understand. I only have so much room. So they are awesome now. Okay. Now no, I need this. I have a yam to pull. Okay. Did I miss us? Oh, right. I remember why that happened. Never mind. That was Sabrina messed up and temporarily forgot about it.
Momic00K13 says, I have a ton of knitting looms and that's how I knit. I know how to do traditional knitting and crocheting, but I prefer the looms.
I see. I've only ever done traditional knitting. I once did a what was it? It was a shawl of all the constellations knitted into the shawl. So there was like little holes and beads that made up the constellations. It was really awesome. I gave it away.
Momic00K13 says, Lao Odato.
So it always saddens me when I'm like, I can't knit. Because I like knitting was my jam.
K13 says, I could never do something like that.
One positive thing that does come from having ADHD is my hyperfocus. Like the hyperfocus allows me to learn so much. And at the same time, my brain died. Yeah, so it made me learn so much so quickly. And it was like amazing when I was finished. No, I do not want to eat this potato. No, I do not want to eat this potato. Look, a potato.
Mob00K13 says, sadly I don't know knitting/crocheting lingo. Oxygenous Useful says, eat the potato, Sabrina.
No, I don't want to eat the potato. Don't force me to eat the potato.
Oxygenous Useful says, do it.
I love how I like
Oxygenous
cut down
Useful
all
says,
of it.
peer pressure.
I'm not, no. No. You are too far away from me to give me peer pressure. I mean, like if you were sitting right in front of me and you had cooked me a potato, I would eat the potato. But in this virtual game, I will not eat the potato.
Oxygenous Useful says, that's an odd visual.
It is a little bit. Especially since you never cook potatoes, really. Hi, Abigail.
Oxygenous Useful says, so many questions, why would I cook you a potato at this time?
No idea. I'll be completely honest, no flippin' clue.
Oxygenous Useful says, would it be sweet, fingerling, Yukon Gold?
I don't know, you're the cook. You're the one cooking it. I would just be the one eating it.
Oxygenous Useful says, would I mash it, fry it, broil it?
I'll leave that up to the chef. You're thinking way too far into this. Alright, still
Oxygenous
no
Useful says,
squiggly lines.
would there be side dishes with this potato?
I was assuming that it was the side dish.
Oxygenous Useful says, or would the poto be the star?
I don't know. Why? Why are you going so, like, thinking so hard about this? Come on. Let me get through my own farm.
Oxygenous Useful says, this is what Brain is asking, so I'm indulging Brain.
Well, tell Brain that it's whatever the brain decides.
Mob00K13 says, that would be my hubby, he loves potatoes.
I'm trying to think, like my mom likes potatoes. I've never dated someone who really was like into potatoes. My father didn't eat potatoes. I think like potatoes was just like, if we needed the mandatory starch on our plate, that's what we would have. But it was never like, oh yes, we must have potatoes on our dish.
Mob00K13 says, he's told me if he could eat them every day he would, not me.
There isn't anything that I could eat like every day. The last time I ate something every day, I have not touched it since I was 17. And that's because I was eating it while I was sick.
Oxygenous Useful says, I have them once or twice a month. Sometimes I won't have them for months at a time. Mom00K13 says, then he's made terrible jokes about how I'm mostly Irish so I should love them more than him, who is mostly Italian. Oxygenous Useful says, eggs.
What? Made a joke. Well, yeah. Okay, so I understand what Mama's saying.
Oxygenous
Oxygen,
Useful
what,
says,
eggs?
you eat a lot of eggs.
Oh, yes, I do. I eat a lot of eggs. Yes. However, eggs, you can make eggs taste different. Also, to be fair, since we came back, I haven't really had that many eggs. Yes, I recognize the fact that while we were away, I had over a dozen eggs in like a week.
Mom00K13 says, exactly.
Thank you. Because it's like a good protein. You can taste something different than, you know, potatoes. Yes, potatoes taste different. Yes, you can kind of cook them slightly differently to get maybe a slightly different texture. But at the end of the day, it's still
Oxygenous
a potato.
Says, lol, I had some poached eggs on English muffin with some brisket I made yesterday. Mom00K13 says, I love eggs different ways, nervous face.
I think the thing I had, sorry, I'm just like literally looking for anything at this point that will give me clay. I just want some clay. I want my silo. I am running out of energy though. Mind you, I have some stuff I can snack on. Let's go back to the farm and cut down a couple more trees. Because I think that will probably be... Oh, 1 second. Are you already out? Or you'll be coming out soon? Yeah. He's not out already. Do I stick around for Sebastian? We still haven't decided who I'm going to be marrying in this game. If I have my way, it will be Sebastian.
Oxygenous Useful says, not the biggest egg fan. They're useful in cooking / baking, but it's rare I eat them just like that. Today was an oddity.
And the entire week we were at your cabin?
Oxygenous Useful says, limited options.
I see. Alrighty. And we're just cutting this.
Mom00K13 says, eggs are kinda like tofu. They can taste different depending on how you make them XD.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. However, that one, my lovely friend, Oxygen, doesn't eat tofu. Which saddens me. Okay.
Mom00K13 says, I don't either XD.
You don't? How can either of you do so? It's delicious.
Oxygenous Useful says, yes.
It's delicious.
Oxygenous Useful says, thank you kindred spirit.
Y'all are crazy. It is like so delicious.
Mom00K13 says, no, because I still like eggs XD.
I think she can make the exception
Oxygenous
for the
Useful
fact
says,
that you like
ouch,
eggs.
that hurt.
You see, I got really into eating tofu because it was cheap and I was poor. So,
Mom00K13
yeah.
says, nervous face, it's okay, I'll forgive you for not liking eggs /
I won't. I will never forgive her.
Oxygenous Useful says, thank you, you.
All right. Let's go to bed a little early. Ooh, yes, pet the dog.
Mob00K13 says, to be fair, I haven't given tofu a fair chance. Psychotic _ Northland says, I was summoned. Oxygenous Useful says, I ate a lot of beans instead of tofu when I was financially challenged. Oxygenous Useful says, North. Oxygenous Useful says, never leave me again.
I'm
Psychotic
pretty
_ Northland
sure.
says, LOL hello.
I'm pretty sure if you two ever meet, I will have lost. Oh yes, rain. I will have lost my best friend. Is this when she asked for the yes?
Oxygenous Useful says, never take me seriously again, North.
Yeah, don't.
Oxygenous Useful says, you know I have no sense of humor.
She doesn't either.
Mob00K13 says, a lot of people don't realize they can make some really good food with very little money.
Yes.
Psychotic _ Northland says, humor. What's that?
Mama, 100%. Now, Oxygen and I are prime examples of this. But what was really funny
Psychotic _
is when we
Northland
were in
says,
the office.
I just hear Sabrina laugh a lot, but I never understand why.
Yeah, don't question my laughing. What was hilarious is when I used to meal
says,
prep.
have you ever made beanie weenies?
I personally don't really like beans. I'll eat them if I have to. So my answer is no. But yeah, I used to
it's because she's trying to confuse us, like gaslighting at Psychotic _ Northland.
I used to meal prep with a friend of mine, and she was always questioning whether or not I had actually calculated things right, because she didn't necessarily believe how little money she needed to give me.
Oxygenous Useful says, what are beanie weenies? Mob00K13 says, XD that's okay, but I only ask because it's a meal that will feed at least 2 or 3 people and it only costs $2.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's completely valid. Beanie weenies, from what I recall, is just basically sausages and beans.
Mob00K13 says, it's a pack of hot dogs with pork and beans.
Yeah. The equivalent of that is a pack of mac and cheese here. Oh, it's not 9 yet. I just want to give Robin her axe back. Oh no, you're soaked. Here you go.
Psychotic _ Northland says, gaslighting. I mean, Sabrina laughs maniacally so often that I can never tell if she's doing that for the game she's playing, or if she's doing that because she's plotting something against us. But then again, she never laughs maniacally, that's only a figment of our imagination including her own. Oxygenous Useful says, I never heard of them. I make a lot of dried beans, then I put them in veg chili or salad or stir fry. Mob00K13 says, you slice up the hot dogs, add them together with the beans, eat, and eat.
Yeah, there's something about bean, like, it's a texture. I know what it is. It's the texture with beans. I can't get around. I will eat them because I recognize that they are a good source of food, but I can't. It's a texture thing. I have a food texture issue some days. So I should probably go to the mines,
Psychotic _ Northland says, the only context that I normally eat beans in is eating them in desserts, cause red bean desserts are good, and in chili. Oxygenous Useful says, I mean who know at Psychotic _ Northland, it could just be that since we've never heard her laugh any other way she is laughing maniacally. Just all the time. Mob00K13 says, then there is a kind of stir fry with ramen noodles, frozen or canned veggies and a cheap protein.
Yes, that is like the best. I do that all the time. Because you can get, like, for fairly cheap, the packaged tofu.
Mob00K13 says, same, nervous face.
Okay, So
Psychotic underscore
this...
Nordland says, at Oxygen, you got that right. She is always laughing maniacally. The real person we can never take seriously will always be Sabrina.
Why did I make both of you my mods? Why did I
Oxygen is
introduce
useful
you
says,
two?
I love using chickpeas, kidney beans, adzuki beans, lentils. I have 2 different kinds, and I am now expanding to white beans.
This is coming from the chick who had to go vegan when she was in New Zealand and then forgot protein for a week, 2 weeks? Not saying that I'm judging or anything.
Oxygen is useful says, 2 months.
Even better.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, at Sabrina's games mine and Oxygen's meeting was inevitable. It all started with overcooked and sausages.
The only reason you knew about overcooked and sausages, I think, was because of a stream. Okay.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, sausages.
I couldn't afford meat and I start, yeah. I don't know which of those words were banned, I'm sorry.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, you actually told me that story once at work and then you told it again during stream.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure I told it during Oh yeah, it's
Oxygen is
sick.
useful says, it's an awesome story.
It is.
Mobic00K13 says, I used to use tuna and peas with mac and cheese to make another cheap meal.
I don't think I could do the tuna bit. I'll be completely honest. But I get what you say, because we used, we added hot dogs with it.
Mobic00K13 says, oh I don't like tuna, but when you need to watch Money XD. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, I add eggs to my mac and cheese.
Oh, I love tuna. It's just in mac and cheese is my thing. That's not
Psychotic
worth
underscore
it.
Nordland says, tuna. Tuna AAA. Oxygen is useful says, I like tuna, a lot. But ever since I got food poisoning from a can I just can't anymore.
Well, I just live in a house with someone who can't stand the smell of fish, so...
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, oh no. Momic00K13 says, you'd be surprised. I don't like tuna but I'd eat it with the mac and cheese.
Hey, if it worked, it worked. It's all that matters. Crap. Why are you here? Ooh, a dwarf skull. Scroll. I can't speak.
Momic00K13 says, I only like shellfish, I really don't like the smell of fish as well XD.
My mom doesn't even like the smell of shellfish. Like literally, I can't have any
Psychotic
type of
Nordland says,
seafood.
there is a mod channel tool what? Oxygen is useful says, poor Sabrina. Oxygen is useful says, there is.
Well, thankfully my roommate's moving out, so I'll be able to walk over 10 minutes to her house to make some fish. You just figured out the mod challenge. There's a mod channel too. Yes, there is.
Nordland says, I accidentally pressed a button trying to click the chat box and I found out that we have privileges.
Yes, that's the point of putting you as a mod.
Momic00K13 says, oh, I love shellfish, shrimp, crab, lobster, I even like octopus, nervous face.
Oh my god, yes. There's this one time I asked...
Nordland says, oysters are so good.
I asked my mom, you know, if I could order calamari, and she's like, yeah, that should be fine. I've never had issues with it before in the past. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I ordered it. As soon as it arrived, my mom's like, you have to get that out of here as soon as possible. So I literally stood outside in the freezing cold in the middle of the summer, in the middle of the winter, stuffing my face with calamari and then throwing out the container.
Psychotic_Nordland says, was it worth it?
It was delicious, yes.
Momic00K13 says, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's not a big deal. You kind of just get used to it. But the crappy thing is that I love fish. And, oh god, go away. Okay. Now we're going to exit. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Psychotic_Nordland says, I can ban people.
Yes, you can.
Nordland says,
Don't ban the streamer.
00K13 says, my hubby loves fish and since I'm the cook, mostly, if he wants it, I gotta make it. Oxygenous Useful says, can she ban me?
Technically, yes. But then I can unban you. Alright. So we're back here. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go to Gunter, but I'm going to need to make another chest.
Psychotic_Nordland says, I can't ban the streamer, but I can report you laughs monically.
Don't you dare. There we go.
Oxygenous Useful says, too much power here.
Dudes. Right now we have a nice...
says, oh, watch me ban myself.
Don't ban yourself. Okay, let's see. What do... That comes out. That. Have I already taken... Oh, no, I haven't brought that to Gunter yet. Okay. We are not putting down cherry palm.
Psychotic_Nordland says, oh, I can't ban other people of power. Psychotic_Nordland
okay.
says, I'm too powerful. Psychotic_Nordland says, can't ban myself. Oxygenous Useful says, what's your favorite meal to make?
It's good to know that you can't ban yourself. Alright. So that is done. We split that up a bit. We shall continue cleaning up the farm a little bit. I'm assuming that was to Mama Oxygen, or do you want my answer as well?
Says, my favorite. I'm not sure, honestly. Oxygenous Useful says, to everyone.
My favorite meal, probably fried rice, just because I can make it, like, my leftovers can be taken into, like, other forms. Like, I'll make omurice from leftover fried rice, and that was like an excellent morning breakfast.
Psychotic_Nordland says, fried rice is literally the most versatile dish ever.
100%. That's why I love it so much. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Psychotic_Nordland says, all hail Chinese food. Momic00K13 says, maybe my homemade yakisoba with zucchini noodles. Oxygenous Useful says, LOL.
Yeah, yakisoba is delicious. But I actually do like making it with soba, because soba has a lot of protein in it, but it is expensive. I recognize that soba's expensive. All right. I'm running low on energy, so let's quickly
Psychotic
just
underscore
drop
Nordland
things
says,
down.
water is the best dish to make. No cooking involved. You just consume.
I'm not even gonna like dignify the fact that you just said a liquid as a water, like water as a food. That sounds like something I would have said in college. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's
Oxygenous
something I've
Useful
said in
says, I'm a bit
college.
picky about my water. It must be filtered, but even then it can have good and bad filtration. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, I was gonna say soup. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, but then I changed it to later.
Oh, it's still raining today.
Oxygenous Useful says, I love butternut squash soup.
Oh, I can't see.
Mob00K13 says,
Egg festival.
surprisingly, using zucchini noodles with that dish tastes just like the rest of the food, so it's really good.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says,
This.
I really like baked potatoes.
You missed the entire conversation we just had about potatoes.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, I am random.
You literally just missed an entire conversation about potatoes. Okay, let's go see Gunter. I'll bring these
Oxygenous
with me.
Useful says, should we start this convo again? Evil smile.
No, 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 it's fine.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, it's okay, I don't need to join a conversation about potatoes, I shall start that conversation. Oxygenous Useful says, yes queen.
Oh my gosh, you too. I'm actually contemplating speeding up the chatbot.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, what is your favorite potato dish?
Favorite potato dish? I don't know.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, or at least features potatoes in it. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, dozen. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, asterisk doesn't have to be the main part of a dish.
How about sweet potato pie? It's the weirdest thing, but yeah.
Mob00K13 says, honestly, and this is kind of bad, I love McDonald's French fries, otherwise, not a big fan of potatoes. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, baked mashed potatoes with escargots, laughing face.
Baked mashed potatoes with escargot. I was like, what are you talking about, escargots? What is that?
Oxygenous Useful says, those fries are awesome. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, asterisk escargot. Psychotic underscore Nordland says, I'm sorry I can't spell.
It's okay. I mean, like, it is technically a French word and you don't
Oxygenous
speak
Useful
French.
says, I like mashed sweet potato with roasted garlic.
I don't mind, like,
Psychotic
pan
underscore Nordland
fried.
says, at Mob00K13 someone is about to get banned for not like potates. Oxygenous Useful says, LOL. Momic00K13 says,
That's a crying face.
Psychotic underscore
Be
Nordland
nice.
says, LOLOL.
Don't
Oxygenous
be
Useful
mean
says,
to our
I'll
new
unban you, Momic.
friends.
Don't worry about it. Oxygenous Useful says, Power War.
Don't be mean to our new friends.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, there are no friends involved in war. Momic00K13 says, that won't change my mind. I'll ban potatoes XD. Oxygenous Useful says, LOL.
Just see, I'll make a I'll make an account called potatoes just so that we can ban the potatoes.
Psychotic underscore Nordland says, you ban potatoes, I ban you.
What if I ban potatoes? You can't ban the streamer.
Momic00K13 says, LMAO.
Okay.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, then I report you.
There we go. We collect the rewards of melons that we will make next season. Now, let's go. I don't have my pickaxe. I was going to say, let's go
Psychotic
to
underscore
the
Northland says,
caves.
rewards of melons. Psychotic underscore Northland says, me. Psychotic underscore Northland says, what? Psychotic underscore Northland says, I'm in this game.
No, I got melon seeds. See? One of my rewards was melon seeds. You personally are not in this game, no.
Oxygen is useful says, Salil Sabrina. Psychotic underscore Northland says, melons. Arise. Oxygen is useful says, melons don't come from seeds.
Right, they just appear in the ether.
Oxygen is useful says, they come from sprinkles and sunshine. Oxygen is useful says, and malice.
And malice. Sure. 100%. That's
Oxygen is useful
exactly
says,
how they
though
become.
no one likes to talk about the last part.
Well, let's go and kill some blobs.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, anyway, if you ban potatoes, and since I can't ban the streamer, I will kick myself out and cease my existence here.
Okay.
Oxygen is useful says, no, not my north.
I would never ban potatoes. Might force feed you some natto, but I won't ban potatoes.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, NATO is pretty good. Psychotic underscore Northland says, excuse me.
Crap. Why did you have to turn into a bug? A flying bug?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, what do you mean force feed? Momic00K13 says, sadly, I'm severely allergic to cantaloupe, but I know what they taste like, so it makes me sad that I can never have them again. Oxygen is useful says, for some reason I now really want to eat some taro. Psychotic underscore Northland says, you make it sound like a bad thing.
Hey, some people find it really bad. I like it personally, but when people find out I like it, they think I'm weird.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, at Momic00K13 I hear you, I love jackfruit but I developed an allergy to it so I can't have it anymore tea carrot tea.
Oxygen has a similar problem with pineapples and peaches.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, taro taro taro. Oxygen is useful says, at Momic00K13 I feel your pain, I'm allergic to peaches and pineapples and those were my two favorite fruits. Sometimes I pass by them at the supermarket and I'm tempted to take one and eat it in front of a hospital.
I am determined, I am absolutely certain that that's how she will die, is she will break the temptation. She'll break into the temptation and we'll have one. And I'll just be like getting that phone call.
I've also developed an allergy to cherries, so it makes me really sad. Psychotic underscore Northland says, because I like cherries.
I am lucky. I'm severely allergic to latex. That could cause me to have allergies to foods.
Oxygen is useful says,
and it
friend,
hasn't.
how are you, Province? Momic00K13 says, yeah, my family is really sweet to me. When we go grocery shopping and we need veggies or fruit from the fresh produce area, they will check to see if they can smell the cantaloupe and if they can, they'll keep me away from it XD.
That is
Psychotic
really
underscore Northland
sweet.
says, that's nice.
pre-COVID, I just always had a mask on me in case I had to walk into a store with balloons. So when COVID
Psychotic
hit, I
underscore
had
Woodland
all of
says,
my
"At Oxygen is
masks.
useful. Who is your question directed to? I am so confused." Oxygen is useful says, "I keep telling Sabrina that balloons are trying to murder her. I was once tempted to put an angry face on a balloon."
Yes, this is the friends I have.
Oxygen is useful says, "To you at psychotic underscore Northland."
Your question was about the almonds,
Psychotic underscore
right?
Northland says, "Oh, almonds I'm fine with." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "Not nut allergies here." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "Asterisk no nut."
That's good. Nut allergies are like the worst.
Oxygen is
one
useful
of the
says,
worst.
"Yeah, cause cherries share similar proteins with almonds." Oxygen is useful says, "So sometimes when you have one you can have the other."
Oxygen, you want to hear something sad? If my allergy to latex becomes any more severe, I could develop an allergy to tomatoes.
Momic00K13 says, "Oxygen is useful says, we can't be friends anymore."
So keep those balloons
Oxygen is
away
useful says,
from me.
"Tomato is live." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "Which I am so GLA I don't have nut allergies cause I am lactose intolerant and nut milk, and also soy milk, is what I live off of now."
Yeah, that would be horrid for you. But fun fact, Oxygen's also lactose intolerant. She just drinks the lactose-free milk.
Momic00K13 says, "There is an oat milk that actually tastes pretty good." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "What? Develop an allergy to tomatoes? Natty."
What?
Oxygen is useful says, "LOL."
I'm confused. Did you just process the fact that I can develop an allergy to tomatoes? Is that what happened?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, "Yes I did."
Oh, okay. Yes, I could develop a whole slew of food allergies because I'm allergic to
Oxygen is useful
latex.
says, "At Momic00K13 I had some awesome oat milk in Anzi. They're really big on dairy-free options." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "The poor tomatoes growing in your yard."
Yes, this is why I don't want to develop an allergy to tomatoes. I want to eat the tomatoes. I enjoy tomatoes. I like tomatoes.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, "Speaking of which, I actually had tomatoes for dinner tonight."
I'm waiting on the one tomato that I currently have in
Psychotic
my
underscore Northland says,
yard.
"Stir fry them with eggs and ketchup. Was good."
Yes, that is very good. I can still do something.
Oxygen is useful
Do I
says,
still
"Not what I expected. Never tried them that way."
You never had them in the stir fry before?
Oxygen is useful says, "Nope."
One of my favorite meals is made out of eggs, steak, and tomato.
Momic00K13 says, "Neither have I."
It's delicious.
Oxygen is useful says, "I usually have them uncooked with ombre and olive oil." Psychotic underscore Northland says, "My mom apparently can never trust her own taste buds, so I always end up being the one to season the dish cause she always ends up oversalting it."
To be fair, everyone oversalts my food. Except for oxygen right now. I don't know how many, like, over-salted
says,
meals
practice
I've
makes perfect.
eaten. Yes. I've also managed to get one not overcooked meal from
That's
you.
why I've been trying to train my kid to season differently because they like a lot of salt.
I actually don't cook with salt at all. The only salt that gets put into my dishes is if I'm using like soy sauce. Then obviously the soy sauce will have salt in it, but I use the low
says,
sodium
oxygen,
one.
I shall make you tomato egg stir fry for you if Sabrina doesn't make it for you first, lol.
Yeah. Well, mine needs sake and oyster sauce.
Momic00K13 says, I keep telling them how everyone likes food differently, so don't use a lot of salt because then people can add more as they feel.
Yeah.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, oyster sauce is be salty as it is.
Yeah, I try and find the least salted one.
At Momic00K13 I went on a salt cleanse so to speak because I used to put a lot on everything. I stopped salting things for 6 weeks to reset my taste buds and now I put a lot less on my food.
Which, by the way, for me is fantastic.
Oxygen is useful says, at psychotic underscore Northland I'll ask Sabrina to make it.
You have to remind me that you want me to make it, to be fair, though. Nope, that comes out.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, asterisk oxygen.
There we go. I don't think it's that she doesn't trust you not to blow up the kitchen.
Says, I'll be keeping a watchful eye. Momic00K13 says, I've done the same to my kid to reset theirs as well.
I've always had issues with salt. So I've never had to reset my taste buds. But I always, like growing up, I've eaten a lot of heavily salted food. It's really annoying, actually, growing up with eating food too salty for you.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I am that person who is content with just eating a bowl of plain congee with nothing in it. Psychotic underscore Northland says, it's actually really good. Oxygen is useful says, I started taking it a lot more seriously when I was reading on high blood pressure and such. Momic00K13 says, same but for some reason mine reset when I was pregnant with my gremlin so now I watch it more.
When I lived alone, I actually didn't have a salt, like any salt in my house. And I had to buy a salt shaker, salt and pepper shaker for a little somebody who complained about them not being in my house. And this little somebody's in this chat right now. We used to get together like...
Momic00K13 says, XD.
Yeah. We used to get together once
Oxygen is
once
useful
every
says,
2 weeks.
some things need salt, not a lot and not everything, but some things need salty.
No, it's a lie. The need for salt is a lie. I don't...
Psychotic underscore Northland says, okay, but at least get kosher salt. They're not as salty as table salt, though granted more expensive.
Ooh, strawberry seeds. Yes. How much? Ooh, yes. I always get this when I come here. Awesome. Let's talk to everyone.
Psychotic _ Northland says, lawn flamingo.
I'm not getting a lawn flamingo.
Generally, I'll only use it on meat / gravies. Psychotic _ Northland says, get the lawn flamingo. Momic00K13 says, well, it is actually based on science. Nervous face. It's a chemical reaction with some foods, enhancing the other flavors.
There's only a handful of things I'll eat salt on.
Psychotic _ Northland says, your mom demands it.
I don't want the lawn flamingo. I got what I wanted, which was the strawberries, which we won't use for like a year.
Psychotic _ Northland says, Oxygen is useful says, I'm imaging Psychotic smashing a gavel down like a judge right now.
What? Oh. Sorry, that took a sec for me to understand.
Momic00K13 says, you could plant them now. You have enough time. Psychotic _
Yes,
Northland says, what? Oxygen is useful says, imagining asterisk.
But the thing is that if I plant them now, then I won't get many yields from them. I prefer planting them the first day next year, and that way I get more yields. Because they take 8 days. We are...
Momic00K13 says, that's true. Psychotic _ Northland says, at Oxygen it's useful imagining me throwing a tantrum would actually be more accurate.
Hello, Sebastian. Okay, so... I know North wants me to marry the wizard, which I can't do. But we do eventually have to make a decision of who I'm going to try and marry.
Psychotic _ Northland says, when are you proposing to the wizard? Momic00K13 says, but you could get enough to make seeds for next year and have some left over for some recipes.
Maybe. Okay. I love how I'm doing this.
Psychotic _ Northland
again.
says, lawn flamingo.
No. Love how I'm doing this searching against kids.
No pressure. I kinda min-max this game, so that's the only reason I know.
I don't min-max this game. I play it to relax. Alright, another egg.
Psychotic _ Northland says, lawn flamingo.
No.
Momic00K13 says, that's the thing, it is relaxing for me to play it like that XD.
Hey, if that's how you like to relax, go for it. I don't have enough time to go get this egg. I think I still managed,
says,
though.
I know how crazy it is to relax like that.
Hey, I feel it. Everyone has their different ways. And the winner is... Abigail! I didn't make it this time.
Psychotic _ Northland says, has anyone actually ever gone egg hunting during Easter?
No. I didn't. I've never done it. I'll be completely honest.
Momic00K13 says, I did, as a child. Oxygen is useful says, I did. Psychotic _ Northland says, neither have I.
Well, to be fair, my family wasn't very religious. So Easter really wasn't a thing that we celebrated. Like, we still got the chocolate. We'd wake up to chocolate, but that's pretty much it. It's just an excuse to get us chocolate.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I'm glad cutting down trees in this game doesn't strike fear into your soul at least. Momic00K13 says, I don't want to say something that might get me banned. Psychotic underscore Northland says, unlike Animal Crossing.
To be completely honest, Mama, there isn't much you can say that would get you banned.
Oxygen is useful says, not with us.
No. Like, sexist, racist, homophobic comments, yeah, but, you know, if it's not hateful.
Momic00K13 says, Easter is actually a pagan holiday.
Oh yeah, 100%. Says,
at Momic00K13 you can never say anything that would actually get you banned. Evil laughs.
No, but yeah, it's completely a pagan holiday. It was taken. That wouldn't get you banned. Not here.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, at Momic00K13 if you insult my waitress though.
So that's what you're protective of, is your waifus, nothing else?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, LOL. Psychotic underscore Northland says, yes. Momic00K13 says, so the eggs are actually a representation of bringing in the spring, the egg representing that.
Let's be honest, Christianity doesn't have much in the way of originality.
Momic00K13 says, I think it's a little funny that most Christians don't realize that XD.
Because obviously there's a sacred text that must have been handed down by this all-powerful God that totally wasn't written by the hand of man, segregating the Lord's people with a bunch of contradictions in it. Yeah. I'm an atheist, so. What's really funny is I've had a lot of heavily religious people, mainly Christians.
Momic00K13 says, don't get me wrong, there is some good advice in that book, but most of it is BS.
Oh, well, okay, if you take it as a, like, as a fable book, yeah, there's a lot of good information in it. Because this was, like, telling you basically don't be a dick. But, you know, people don't take it that way.
Fiction, nervous face.
It's some kind of bored religion. North, literally, you have one pagan and two atheists in here. I think we're all good when the you can't really offend someone by discussing the Christian book.
Momic00K13 says, I mean, if you actually look at it, Jesus was a witch.
He was also a Jew.
Psychotic underscore
and says, technically transgendered.
Here, but also future viewers when you upload the stream to YouTube, so...
Ah, whatever. If they get offended by that thought process, they don't deserve to be part of my...
Psychotic underscore Northland says, just trying to cover my bases here.
Yeah. No, if if any of my viewers have difficulty understanding that other people exist and have other opinions in this world, and they get offended by someone's opinion on something they believe in, I don't particularly want them as my viewers. Like, I don't have to agree with everything, but they just have to agree that there are different opinions.
Nervous face.
Yeah. That's the main thing. Is like I don't have to agree with all of my viewers, but I just want viewers that respect other people's opinions and will be willing to listen to them. So, do not worry. Again, however, opinions that are hateful are the issue. But again, the people who are currently in this stream, I do not believe will be hateful, so we are good.
Mom00K13 says, BRB going to say goodnight to hubby, nervous face.
Go for it.
Psychotic_Northland says, be back soon.
Enjoy. Just mining. Just mining.
Psychotic_Northland says, minding your own business.
Of course. Also trying to kill these bugs before they turn into the flying bugs. Because, oh my god, they're annoying.
Psychotic_Northland says, I made that pun on purpose.
There we go. Oh, by the way, how's the temperature there? Has it gone down?
What is going on?
I'm mining. We were discussing about trying not to offend people and me stating a whole bunch of things. Where you are. I know it's been hot. Or are you one of those people that live in AC?
Psychotic_Northland says, it was thunderstorming here and the temperature keeps rising for somewhere.
The thunderstorm here and the temperature keeps... I see.
Psychotic_Northland says, I can only survive in AC.
I don't own AC, except for in my car.
Psychotic_Northland says, and even then the fan is still on.
Yeah, I'm currently... You can probably hear it in the background. Because my microphone is picks things up. Is that I have a fan going on my background.
Says, I am that kind of person who can only sleep when it is really cold in my room, lol.
I see. I just want to get down to level 20.
Says, at oxygen it broke 35 yesterday.
It's pretty much on par with us over here.
Oxygen is useful says, my bedroom has a temp of 28, it can be brutal to try and sleep.
I don't know what the temperature is in my room. I don't have a thermometer in my room. But I do know I sleep with the fan pointing directly on me.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I was kinda hoping the lightning yesterday was gonna take out my Wi-Fi, or my electricity, so I didn't have to work.
To be fair, yesterday I was observing classes. It was
Psychotic underscore
enthralling.
Northland says, just long enough.
Oh, actually, let's go over here real quick, see what we can buy. We need a better sword. It has more of a crit chance, but that's a dagger. Alright, so you really don't have anything that I can buy. I have to find something. Let's just scavenge down here real quick. Okay, nothing. Sounds good. Alright.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, it's 5:30 and you are at risk of passing out on the spot.
Yes. Technically, I could use my food. But, meh. I don't wanna. Like, I have cookies and stuff. Okay, so bug meat. Oh, I need to give this to Gunther. Oh, we have rice seeds. Faster. Yeah, we'll plant those. There we go. It's a little bit of energy back. Not a lot, but enough. We're gonna do some crafting that we'll sell. I didn't bring my hoe. That was a mistake. Also, let me make just one more scarecrow. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're gonna put it here. And then I still didn't grab my hoe. Oh my god. Let's grab this. Where did I put it? Here we go. And I have 2 of these. Not what
Oxygen
I
is
meant
useful
to
says,
do.
that's a nice double entendre.
What? What, you mean my hoe? I keep forgetting it.
Oxygen is useful says, gotta grab my hoe.
Believe it or not, my work hubby, when we play this game together, and I'm like, where's my
Psychotic
hoe?
underscore
And he's
Northland
like,
says, best
right here. Actually, I have more than enough time. I know, I keep going back and forth and back and forth. I'm just going to go ahead and do a few coppers, then we'll start putting my equipment into copper.
Psychotic underscore
'Cause I'm
Northland
starting
says,
to get
I just realized,
enough.
is that Tigger?
Tigger? Oh, you mean the dog in my house?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, in the house.
No, that's not Tigger. That's awesome. Because Jamie told me to name
Oxygen is
him
useful says,
something
lol.
awesome.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, but Tigger.
Here's the thing is I cannot choose between my two dogs. So, you know, Tigger, Honey, which one do I choose? Inquiring minds want to know.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, Honey Tigger. Psychotic underscore Northland
Not
says,
enough characters.
Bear. Oxygen is useful says, Honeyger. Psychotic underscore Northland says, problem solved.
There's not enough characters for Honey Tigger.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, Tiggy.
Tiggy? No. That almost sounds like Tiggy. His nickname.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, Bear. Problem solved.
Well, too late. Already been named. You weren't here with the naming process. Just waiting for this.
Psychotic
can do
underscore
one more.
Northland says, I'm sorry, Oxygen didn't want me here.
The funniest thing is as soon as you left, she was like, no, come back. And I had to text you, and I sent you the chat. All right, this is the last copper bar I'm doing tonight. I
Oxygen is useful
think
says,
I'll put
I'm not
my
desperate for
hoe
friends.
in. No, of course you're not. Definitely not. Oh, I got a tapper now.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, and I was demonically summoned using a circle of salmon sashimi.
I see, yes.
Oxygen is useful says, did you eat the sashimi?
It's an
Psychotic underscore
on...
Northland says, oh wait, that's the summoning circle for Sabrina to get her on a phone call. Oxygen is useful says, cause otherwise that's a big WAT. Oxygen is useful says, waste asterisk.
So, there was an ongoing joke between me, North, and her brother because they never get me on the they never used to get me on the phone. So they had to try and find a summoning circle that would actually answer to. So I think there was like sashimi and video games and like a whole bunch of stuff. All right. So I need one of these. I didn't get a single gold parsnip. Okay, fine. I also didn't get any pansies. That is weird. But fine. Okay, so I need 1, 2,
Psychotic
3,
underscore
4,
Northland
5.
says, salmon sashimi was our answer to transport you from Montreal to Toronto, and the circle was drawn out of peach steak.
Right. See, she remembers this more than I do. And it's my summoning circle. You'd think I would know best. But I don't.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, OFC I do, we had to practice it religiously.
By the way, it never worked. Oh no, it's a lie. It worked for her brother. It never worked for her. Though now things are opening up, I'm
Psychotic
probably
underscore
gonna
Northland
go
says, and
in
it worked for my bro for
September.
some reason. Psychotic underscore Northland says, and now I'll never get Sabrina again.
Nope. You have to just put up with the fact that you get me
Oxygen's
on
useful says,
stream.
I'm still wondering if the sashimi was eaten in the end.
Here's the difference is that you listen to me on stream, your brother doesn't.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, the sashimi was respectfully mailed to Montreal.
Very true.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, probably cooked on the plane OLMAO. Oxygenous useful says, where it was probably eaten.
Most probably. All right.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, eaten by Winnie.
Actually, more likely to be eaten by either Tigger or Honey, and not by Winnie. She
Psychotic
will
underscore
eat some
Northland
stuff,
says,
but
Winnie
not
leaves
a
no
lot.
morsel untouched. Oxygenous useful says, I'm sorry but I'm gonna have to call it a night, peeps. My head is spinning a little.
Have a good evening. I'm going to be finishing soon anyways, in like 15 minutes. Bye!
Psychotic underscore Northland says, okay, Winnie, Tigger and Honey. Psychotic underscore Northland says, hey, okay. Oxygenous useful says, good nights.
Good night.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, buy oxygen. Psychotic underscore Northland says, DDDDD. Oxygenous useful says, smiley face.
All right. Oh, the community center. I knew I came here for a reason. Let's go over here. Now I'm just waiting for the cauliflower.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a PS4 TMR.
Oh, you're getting a PS4 tomorrow. Didn't you already have a PS4?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, yes.
So you're getting a
Psychotic
second PS4?
Says, off the GG.
Sorry, I thought you had a PS4 for some reason.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, the PS4 is technically my brother's and he's moving out soon, so I need my own in order to continue playing my own games.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was super confused. I was like, wait, but don't you own one?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, he's moving out end of July / early August.
Okay. Well, that's going to be good for both of you. You'll be able to get your own space. I know you technically are still living with your parents, but still. Oh, it's 2,000. I thought it was 1,000. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow to give you my hoe.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, not really. I wish I can move out with him, TBH.
I get that.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, because I don't want to be here, TBH.
I see.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, but alas.
Moving out is hard.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, anyway,
I moved out to end up moving back in, and then getting my own house, but still living with my mother. So
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I'm currently too poor to move out, LOL.
oh, when I moved out for the first time, yeah, I was not.
Says, that's why I have 3 jobs.
I was not prepared to move out my own when I moved out for the first time. I made it work. But yeah. It's tough. Plus, where you live is ridiculous. Like, y'all couldn't be living in like the most expensive place on the East Coast. I mean, like, Montreal's not much better, but at least I can live off the island.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, yeah, our housing prices are ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, if you want to be, like, downtown Montreal, it's equally as bad. But I at least live off the island, so... it's useful.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, my goal is to rent with a friend, so hopefully I won't completely die.
That'd be good. Just make sure it's a friend that you know and that you know there's a good chance, like that you've known for a while, and there's a good chance that you'll be able to tolerate each other. Because trust me, I can attest moving in with a friend is not always the easiest. Nope, that one. Yes. We want one of these, one of these, one of these. Oh, I can do multiple actually. Okay.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, oh yeah, I am well aware. I am somewhat of a neat freak and I need someone who can put up with my uptightness about keeping the house clean LMAO.
That's the thing. Like, for example, with me, due to my ADHD, cleaning is not something that I can physically do very easily. So I essentially need someone who's okay with the cleaning, but I'll cook. Like, that's pretty much...
Psychotic underscore Northland
yeah.
says, if you can help out with chores, you are good to me.
By help out, like, I can do the laundry. And there will be times that I will just, like, randomly, for no particular reason, just need to do something, like a certain cleaning. Like today, before I started stream, I had to mop the floor behind the fridge. Why? No idea. But I did it. It was just one of those things that just was bothering me and I had to do it. But there is no rhyme or reason for my madness.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, wow, productive Sabrina was productive.
If productive you mean randomly mop the floor, sure. But I'll cook. So long as, like, my energy levels stay up.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, randomly mop the floor is still being productive LOL.
Yeah, unfortunately I have no control as to when that urge is suddenly going to hit me. In any way, shape, or form. Okay. Oh, no, that doesn't go here. This goes here. All right. And we end the day early because I'm running out of energy. Okay, stone fence. Yes, we have the mayonnaise machine and we have a sprinkler. But it's a sucky sprinkler and I don't like the sprinkler.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I have these random urges where I need to suddenly reorganize everything, even though it was organized in its own way to begin with.
I have to like reorganize my entire office area Sunday. I have no choice. Now selling fertilizer. Okay. These aren't ready yet. Alright, this will be our last day and then I will be ending the stream. But yeah. No, with my roommate moving out over the weekend, I have to rearrange my office. I can't! See, look. Bye! Aren't you done yet?
Psychotic underscore Northland says, propose to the wizard.
How long has he been on the call for? I think so. Good luck. See ya. Sorry, my roommate.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, lawn. Flamingo.
1, can't get the lawn flamingo. That's over and done with. 2, can't do the wizard because you see this doesn't say single. Okay.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I just like being obnoxious.
I know you do. To be honest, I normally go with Sebastian. And I am playing a little man, so, you know. I could make a very cute gay
Psychotic
couple.
underscore Northland says, Sebastian is overrated.
No, I would say Elliot's overrated. Alright, almost done. I can't wait till I have sprinklers.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, men are overrated.
Technically my character's a man, so you know. Oh yes, let's go and
Psychotic
we will
underscore
get
Northland
the
says,
hoe
you'll all
done.
be overrated.
Hey, IRL, I'm not a man. I'm also not a woman, but whatever. But yeah, in the game, I forgot to change my gender again. Basically, I always play with default because that's pretty much
Psychotic
what.
underscore Northland says, Sabrina is Sabrina.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Sabrina is Sabrina. I grew up in a household where gender norms were not upheld, and people wonder why I'm agender. Actually, no one wonders why I'm agender. One of my friends did advise me, though, she wouldn't be surprised if I turned out gay or bi, essentially. Because she's just like, yeah, that just seems like something that would happen with you. I'm like, well, I'm not, but thank you.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, I would also not be surprised if you ended up gay or bi.
Well, I am not, sadly, I guess. I'm technically heterosexual.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, well, spaghetti also starts up straight until it gets wet. Psychotic underscore Northland says, asterisk off.
Yeah, well, you never know. At this moment in time, the best I can describe my orientation is definitely heterosexual, but possibly panromantic. With no proof to back that up.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, fair enough. Psychotic underscore Northland says, LOL.
It's pretty much like the best way I can describe it. All right. I didn't bring a scythe with me, which kind
Psychotic
of
underscore Wonderland says,
sucks.
what are titles?
Yeah, that's the thing is that, okay,
Psychotic underscore Wonderland says, what are labels?
so I'm neurodivergent, which means I have difficulty with social cues and social constructs, right? I don't quite understand, gender and labels and social rules, yada, 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 which has been proven scientifically that it can cause, or it's not cause, but there's a higher instance of, like, for example, non-binary people within the neurodivergent community, just due to the fact that we struggle with social constructs and gender is a social construct when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Well, that being said, that makes me have difficulty understanding things like labels, because labels are also a social construct. And growing up, I used to just tell people I'm me and it's you that has to deal with it. I'm not going to change for anybody. And that hasn't changed my entire life. Everybody else has to deal with it. If I make them uncomfortable, then they have to question, why is it that me living my authentic life makes them feel uncomfortable? It's not my problem. But yes, I am random. I also go off on tangents a lot. Let's find more. I want more berry bushes. Preferably with berries on them. Yay, more berry bush.
Psychotic underscore Wonderland says, something I don't actually understand, why people feel the need to have an identity they can put their finger on.
Because it makes them feel as if they are part of a group of people. And there's a subconscious need for a lot of people to be part of a group and not be part of the other. Which, everyone is always worried about being part of other. In my household growing up, labels weren't really used ever. It wasn't something that bothered us in any way, shape, or form. And yeah. I've been so used to not dealing with this shit that once I got like older and everyone wants to like label shit, I'm like, okay, cool, you do you, I'll be over here just existing. Also, the need to have a label is very similar to the need to have a belief in fictional things or in spiritual things. Because you need to be a part of a group. Also, people fear death, which is another big reason for people to believe in supernatural entities. I may or may not have taken a class on anthropology of the supernatural. I was really weird growing up. I took classes in like the weirdest
Psychotic
things.
underscore Wonderland says, weirdly enough I grew up with labels everywhere and making sure that everything is labeled correctly. Like, do you even understand how many ways we can call someone your aunt? Yet I don't feel strictly bound by them thinking face.
Yeah. I find that with certain languages and certain cultures, there's definitely a lot more labels. I found this out when I was learning Japanese, that the amount of labels that they have in their just built into their language blew my mind. Also made it very difficult for me to follow. So I can imagine that Chinese might be similar. I know they're different, but sometimes some of the structures carry over. All right, we're heading back to the farm. We got quite a bit of forage. Oh, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. How are you, Sebastian? I will always speak with you because you are my original bae. Okay. We're gonna go back to our place now. I really can't wait till the mining carts are done, but that's gonna take some time. Ooh, more berries over here. No, I do not want to eat the leek. No, I do not want to eat the leek. Thank you. So we got 35 salmon berries. The salmon berries we do keep for now. Okay. And we got no daisies. Awesome. Do we need these? Fish tank. Crab pot. Yes. Okay. Let's go do that though. Because, might as well. Aha. Berries. Okay, perfect. Now, let's go to the community center. Okay. Oh, it's this cutscene. Okay. I'll let it play out.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, oh, Chinese is very similar. I'll be honest, despite growing up in Canada, I sometimes experience culture shock when some ask me why I have to specify age, for example, when referring to my bro, because I literally call him my little bro in Chinese, rather than by his name. Or like when we're working, people ask you to address your elders by their first name and I'm like, is that not disrespectful to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. But no, calling someone who's older than you by their first name is not disrespectful. Not in English. So long as you're talking respectfully to them. Grr, sounds like those raccoons are back again, filthy varmints. Ah, you turned up at the right moment, son. Could you go do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare off those raccoons for me? They've been causing a real mess. Thanks. Make sure to give them a good scare and to never come back. It was me, I'm sorry. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff that will go to waste if I don't take it. Do you think there's something wrong with what I'm doing? No, it's a shame for the food to go to waste. Thanks, Sab. I knew you're an open-minded person. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm not harming anyone. You can go home. I promise I won't rummage through George's can anymore. Can you tell him you scared off the raccoons for good? And then he goes to the saloon.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, it feels really weird to me TBH to do that. I feel weird calling my manager by their first name too, lol. I always feel inclined to add Mr. or Ms. or Mrs. in front of their first names in order to make me feel less irked by calling these people by their first names.
My old boss, I used to call D. Like, it's not even his name. It's the first letter of his name. I knew D for 3
Psychotic underscore 1 says,
years.
I cannot understand.
Yeah. He would call me by my full name, but him, I would just call D all the time. Which was really funny because that used to be my nickname that people would call me.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, this is one culture shock I will never get over.
Calling people by, like, your boss by, like, nicknames and stuff. Wait. I've known D
Psychotic
for, like,
underscore
4
Northland
years.
says, how?
I know what you're doing, Linus. I'm just skipping this, okay? It just how it is. It's not disrespectful so long as, one, you're doing it in a respectful manner, and oh, right, that's what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, if you do it in a respectful manner and you have consent, 100%, you can call them anything. And even, like, here, we will ask people, hey, could you actually refer to me as? So when I had a meeting with my new boss, she was like, oh, could you just call me Steph? And I went, yeah, sure, no problem. Steph it is. So her preferred nickname is Steph, and she prefers us calling her Steph, so we call her Steph. Doesn't bother us. Doesn't bother her. But hey, you do whatever it takes for you to feel comfortable, right? Because that's the point, is to allow everyone to be comfortable. All right. This day is over. And we have slept for the evening. And this is where I'm going to be leaving off, because I've been up far too early this morning.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, good stream.
Thank you.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, 7 a.m.
Actually, I woke up at 6 because I had to walk my dogs at 7. And then on Friday, I have to wake up at 5 because I have to walk my dogs at 6.
Psychotic underscore Northland says, right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy that tomorrow is a day off. I really am.
Psychotic underscore Northland says,
but I will
sucks.
leave that here for now. I want to thank you so much for hanging out. And I'll see you hopefully on Saturday at 10:30.
At least you get a day off. Psychotic underscore Northland says,
and
bye.
we'll be continuing Code Vein then. Right.